So something I haven't seen many people talk about is kind of just breaking down who is the who's or the what's what. And now, right now, I'm going to use some language that is kind of not super fun because it can actually be very confusing. That language is a drawer, a payee, a drawee. Yeah, and that's it. For me, I need to know this kind of information because otherwise I'm like, who is doing what? How? Wait, why? What is going on? And it's actually so simple, but I'll show you. There's three parties when it comes to a check or to a bill of exchange or, yes, three parties to a check or bill of exchange. I'm not saying that these are the only two things that apply. I'm just saying that with a check or a bill of exchange, there are three parties. Let's talk about the check first. Everyone has seen a check before, correct? Okay, let's take a look. This is your check. This is your check. Look at it. It's beautiful. All right, there are three parties to this check. What are they? They would be called the drawer, the payee, and the drawee. Now, right now, there's only two names on this check. And I think this is the part where it can be a little confusing. We got Jimmy Smith, address at ECT, somewhere in artificial intelligence, there. And we got Joe Underpower, and Jimmy Smith is trying to pay Joe Underpower $100,000. Woo! Who is the drawer? That's right. It is Jimmy Smith. Jimmy Smith is the drawer. He is the one who is writing paid to the order of Joe Underpower. $100,000. It's a big chunk of change. Who would be the payee? The payee is the person saying who the order is paid to. That would be Mr. Joe Underpower. He would be the payee. And then you have the drawee, who is not named on here, and who I think actually sort of failed in this presentation. Hold on, let me make the correction. All right, so that was a trick. That was a trick, guys. I gotcha. All right, so down here, this is the third party, and this will be called the drawee. And the drawee is going to be a bank. So let's write these in. All right, everybody's written in. So we got the three parties to the check. We got Jimmy Smith, who is the drawer. We got the payee, who is Joe Underpower. He's the one getting paid. And then we got the drawee, which is the Bank of the Woodland Creatures. So let's talk about the relationship between the drawer and the payee. The drawer and the payee probably have some kind of contract they're in. The drawer said, hey, if you do this, I will pay you a certain amount of money. So Joe Underpower does whatever he's supposed to do so that way he can get paid by Jimmy Smith. This drawee is kind of the passive party, guys. He's not really a part of the contract between Jimmy Smith and Joe Underpower. The drawee is really supposed to be working in connection with the drawer. See, now there's a relationship between Jimmy Smith and the Bank of the Woodland Creatures. They have a relationship. And so what is that relationship? Well, the drawer, good Jimmy, the one who wrote this out, he has an account with this bank, probably, hopefully, you would think. And that Bank of the Woodland Creatures has money in it, at least $100,000, hopefully. So that way, when Joe Underpowers goes and take this check to the bank, he is going to get this money in their account. And so again, this is the check side. Okay, this is a check side. So we're gonna go ahead and flip this over. And like all checks, oh gosh, what happened? So we've now flipped it over, and just like the back of the check, there is a spot to endorse, guys. And then a checkbox for mobile, and then some other script. Now here's the deal. If the payee, Joe Underpower, who is the one who is on here, labeled, if he owes somebody some money, all he has to do is flip this page over and endorse it to the person that he owes that money to. So Joe Underpowers owes Billy Smiggins $100,000. All he's gonna do is endorse it and say, "Pay to the order of Billy Schmigging," and he's gonna sign his name. No, we're just gonna go over the check right now. We'll go to the bill of exchange later, but hopefully you guys got that, and you guys know what the drawer is, the payee, and the pay. The person who's the drawer is the one who's saying pay to the order of. You are the one writing it down. You're saying $100,000. I'm trying to give this person whatever for. The payee is the one whose name is pay to the order of. Whoever's name is pay to the order of, that is the payee. The drawee, in the check situation, generally a bank, okay? They are not necessarily a party to your guys' contract. The bank has really no dealings or no business with you and whoever, the drawer and the payee. The bank is just there so that way the payee can draw upon the account of the drawer that is there. And the drawee is supposed to, here you go, give them the funds. And then hopefully if they're operating good faith, they're going to get those funds. Hopefully that makes sense. Because these are the little things, again, that are not really talked about as much. And I think that they need to be. And they're helping me. And so if you got something out of it, great.